All right, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for joining. If you're watching it on the replay, brothers and sisters, you know what to do. Swipe to the right and share and follow. Bottom to the top, share and follow. Come on in, come on in. All right, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Go ahead and share, share, share. This is not your first time. You know what to do. You share and you introduce. You share and you introduce. Get your questions ready, brothers and sisters. Get your question ready. Today is everything money, question and answers. Everything money, questions and answers. You provide the questions and I'll do my very best to provide the answers. All right, come on in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let us know where you're from. Share, share, share. Let's get the count up, brothers and sisters. Share, share, share. All right, Aaron, good morning, good morning. You know how we do it here at the Money Game, brothers and sisters. Money Game live stream. We're a family. We're a family with one cause, one purpose. So go ahead and share, share, share. See which one of your friends are really about this life, or are they just talking? All right. Find out from your friends. Are they really about this life, or are they just talking? You do that by inviting them. Just imagine if you invite them to a party and they never showed up, and you invite them several times over and over again, right? Just imagine. Come on, brothers and sisters. We got to get this count up. We need for everybody to share. Share, 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 and introduce yourself. Share, share, share. We got to get this count up. Double digits, double digits. I need for everybody that's listening to share, brothers and sisters. Share. All right? Share, because you never know. The way you get blessed is by blessing other people. The way you get blessed is by blessing other people. All right? Nakia, thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Share, share, share. And reach out to your friends afterward and say, hey, man, have you been getting my invitation to this live stream deal that this brother got going on? All right? So you need to reach out to your people. Right? Hey, Sharif, good morning, good morning. All right, all right, all right. Where's your people? Where's your tribe? Where's your friends? Where's your friends, brothers and sisters? Where are your friends? We're at an hour now. We need to know who is who. Good morning, Path Changer. Go ahead and put your name and where you're from. You guys get your questions ready, because this is question and answers. So I don't have anything prepared, so have your questions ready. All right, we're going to get started in 36 seconds or less. Let's go ahead and invite some more people out so we can get started. Invite some more folks out. We go live. When we post something, then you'll be notified. All right, you don't want to be left out. Right? You don't want to be left out. You want to put things in place that will notify you when something happens. And also YouTube, all right? Just Google my name or YouTube my name, DarrellMuhammad, all right? And then you'll see a lot of videos we've done, a lot of things we've done around this theme, all right? Thank you, you're welcome. Around this theme of economic empowerment for our black community, all right? So just give you a little rundown. We're here Monday through Fridays at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. On Mondays is what? Money Mindset Mondays. Tuesdays and Thursdays is Tactical Tuesdays, when we give you action steps to do. All of them have action steps, but we focus primarily on you taking action on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Wednesday is Everything Money, question and answers, where you just ask the questions and I'll just answer them. All right. And then Thursday, we mentioned Tactical Thursday, and Friday is FFF. Financial Freedom Fridays. Financial Freedom Fridays. And that's when we talk about the concept of freedom. All right. Not balling, not cake, stacking cake and brick and paper and all that kind of stuff. We get enough of that. But we're talking about freedom, because the same thing that can free you can enslave you. All right? The same thing that frees you can enslave you if you don't understand how to use it for freedom. All right? So go ahead and share, brothers and sisters. Go ahead and share. Get your questions ready. All right? Go ahead and start submitting your questions now. But share, share, share. And if you're just joining us, then go ahead and put your name and which city you're from. But let's get some questions. If not, we'll make this very short. All right? We'll make this very short. Thanks for sharing. All right? And make sure that your questions are relevant to you. Right? Not hypothetical questions. Make sure they're relevant to you. Okay? And this is good practice. So when you do meet, a high-end mentor, someone that that's definitely beyond where you want to go, a P. Diddy for business, a Damon John for business, a Damon Dash for business, then, all right, then you'll be able to ask relevant, pertinent questions, and that alone will separate you from everybody else. All right. Every time I get ready to meet my multi-million-dollar mentor, Gerald Smith, you heard me talk about him. He owns and operates and runs one of the largest financial institutions, financial firms here in America, black-owned financial firms here in America. He's listed as number 6 on Black Enterprise, black-owned financial firms. And before I go see him, I always think about, what am I going to say, right? What am I going to ask him that's relevant to my life based on where I am now and where I want to be? So I don't waste his time, right? Because we have to respect time in general. Just respect time. Your time, other people's time, right? So we got to respect time, and especially time of those who time you couldn't buy, right? Because it's too expensive. All right. Hey, Makita, welcome. Let's share it today, brothers and sisters. We're talking about the money game, and what the money game is a live stream where we share and deal with and reveal and uncover the secret success rules to winning the money game, right? The secret success rules to winning the money game. These are rules that I've learned from the best of the best that I've learned as a stockbroker, being on the inside of the game, not the outside, speculating and spreading, not rumors, but spreading information, unproven information that we don't know how relevant and factual it is. It just sounds good and everybody's saying it. These are actually rules that I've learned from the inside, being a stockbroker out. Okay. And that's what we're going to share with you. The rules, the success rules to win at the money game in a very, very, very big way, brothers and sisters. There's always 2 ways of doing things. There's always a hard way and an easier way, right? And they're both not the same. They're both not the same, right? So if I crawl to the finish line from start to finish, and you get in a car and drive, right? We both get to the finish line, but they're both not the same. They're both not equal. I crawled, my hands are bloody, my knees are bloody, I'm tired, right? My body is aching, and you drove to the finish line. Okay? So these are the things we have to understand, and we have to play by the rules exclusively, by the winning rules. And that will increase our mathematical probability of success more consistently. And that's what it's about. It's about winning more consistently. When it comes to the money game, brothers and sisters, there's winners and losers, right? Winners and losers. So we want to win more times than we lose. Okay. So any questions? All right. Nakia, I think you saw you had a question down there. What are some questions that we have, brothers and sisters? Let's go ahead and ask some questions. All right. Because this platform needs to be about nothing but action takers. right? Those that take action, those that recognize an opportunity at all times. What is the value in knowing people who are where you want to be? Oh, that's an easy question. Let me see. Nugget, get to the finish line. All right, that's easy. Well, they're your example. There's nothing better than an example of someone who's done what you've done, who's been where you're going, right? Or who are where you want to go. They're an example for you. They're to let your subconscious mind know that it's possible. Even though you're on that road journey by yourself, right? Even though you're on that road and journey by yourself, it's good to know that others have done it. And after others have done it, now the mind, your mind, the minds of the world who see that know that it can be done. Now, I don't know the story in its totality, but they talk about the first time that the minute mile was broken or whatever the record was, right? It took years and years and years for somebody to break this running record. But once a person broke it and the world saw it can be done, then everybody started breaking that running time, right? Even high school students. At first it was Olympian. He was the first to do it. But now since somebody saw that it can be done, now everybody was doing it. All right. So that's what we have to understand, Nakia. That's very important. Right. And that's why our enemy kills our leaders. So we won't have a living example. A living example. They don't mind us following dead examples because they can't lead you in modern times. Right. But they give us, they don't let us have living examples, because then that will inspire others that if they can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, I want to push it further, right? I want to push it further. That's why our enemy co-ops all of our leaders, right? They co-op all of our business people. They give them a whole bunch of money. They give them a whole bunch of money so they won't be independent, right? Independent. That's why we have to be focused on freedom, not money, because if you focus on money, then you'll have a price. You can be bought. But if money is not your object, freedom is your object, then you can't be bought, brothers and sisters. There's no amount of money that can buy you if freedom is your objective. Not just freedom for yourself, that's selfish. Not just freedom for your family, that's selfish. But freedom for our community, right? Our community, our black community needs economic freedom. What's the first thing you need to know when starting a business, sir? I'm interested in starting a business. Well, you have to know, sister, good question. Thank you, honey, for that question. You have to know, and I think I mentioned this before on a live stream, you have to know what drives the revenue, right? You have to know what drives revenue for that business. Right? How does that business generate money? That's what you have to understand. You have to understand the dynamics of running that business, right? It is more than just plus size boutique. Good. Well, you need to know sales and marketing, sister. Sales and marketing, right? Revenue, right? Revenue evolves around sales and marketing. Revenue evolves around sales and marketing. So I would tell you, go to DarrellMuhammad.net, hit more, hit book list, and get any one of those sales books. Start out with Sell or Be Sold, right? So you have to understand that sales drive revenue. They say that most companies, startup companies, fail for the lack of capital. I disagree. They fail for the lack of revenue. Revenue. Because if somebody gives you $100,000, honey, to start your business, but if you can't sell enough products to keep your doors open, guess what? Your doors will close. So you have to know sales, right? You have to know sales. You have to understand business. You have to understand marketing. Sales. Let that be the nucleus. Because without sales, you can have the best clothes at the best prices, and you don't want to get into a price game, right? You don't want to get into a price game. Go work in managed space at Walmart. Well, I mean, you can do that, but, you know. Now with your product user platform, then market to bring in traffic what he said. Okay, all right, so what should I start off? How should I start off? You always want to start off with knowledge. You want to do as Aaron said, which is good. You may not want to work there, but you need to study and understand how clothing stores sell their products, right? You need to look at how they have their shelves, set up, placement, product placement in the stores, right? So you have to study the space, they call it, the space that you're entering into. Boutique, right? Clothing retail, plus sizes. Get on the internet and do some research and see what other companies are doing, successful companies are doing. Back to the example, Nakia. See what others are doing, and you study that and understand to the best of your ability what's making them successful. And as Robert Kiyosaki says, you copy. You copy what works, right? You copy what works. They call it some people call it reverse engineering. You see what they're doing, and then you try to figure out the process in reverse, and then you copy it. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? But yeah, definitely. Networking. You have a book here. Is The Power of Who. You all right? What about startup money? Right. Okay. Well, do some research, honey, on crowdfunding. Crowdfunding. Let's Google that. Study crowdfunding, and that can be a source of money. And once again, networking. Who do you know? Make a list of everybody you know, sister. Make a list of everybody in your telephone, and then you call them up and ask them, who do you know? I'm a new realtor in a new area. What's the best way to get to know people? I want to help our community. Well, you just got to get out amongst your people. I remember when I got into real estate many, many years ago, I even had my license for a short period of time. You'll see those realtors. Some of them, it was real popular back then. I don't know what they're doing now, but they'll have a picture of them standing out in a field, right? And they called it outstanding in my field. So play on words, but get out there and network. Get out there and network, sisters. When it comes to sales, especially commission sales like a realtor, you have to network. You network with people who have a network of people, right? So you network with business people who have a network of business people. Now, it's easy to separate yourself from all the other realtors because most realtors, one, are not full-time. Two, they're not really professionals. They're not really honing their skills and learning all the things they need to do and be to be a top realtor. It's just a way, it's sexy. I can show houses and have access to beautiful homes. And, I'm a realtor and I can, sell a house and make $5,000 or, $3,000 or $7,000. I only do high-end houses. So it sounds real sexy, but most of them aren't making any money and most of them aren't full-time. So it's easy to separate yourselves from the crowd. Right? And you do that by being a professional. You do that by being a salesperson. You're a salesperson. All commission jobs are sales jobs. They just call themselves realtors. They call themselves, networkers. They call themselves car salesmen. They call themselves insurance agents, but they're sales people, right? So go to DarrellMuhammad.net, hit more, hit book list, and get you one of those sales books. Now, if you're already in sales, so you definitely want to get First, if you're not first, you're last by Grant Cardone, and get Sell or Be Sold, right? Sell or Be Sold. But yeah, you just got to network, sister. You just got to network, pass out your cards now. So what do we do? In order to maximize our profit? We're already in sales. Sell more, become better. All right. Sell more, Nakia, and become better. Right? And have all the pieces. Understand all the pieces of sales. Right? Most salespeople I call are front-end salespeople. They do everything they can to get the sale. Once they get it, that's it. They just chasing the next sale. They're chasing the next sale. They don't service those people. They don't build relationships. They don't ask for referrals, right? They don't ask for add-on items. You know what I'm saying? Add on. Should I take a marketing class? Well, not really, sister. No, honey, I wouldn't do that, right? I believe in informal education. Informal education. Formal education will teach you unnecessary stuff. They'll teach you things you need to learn to be an employee. You're not an employee. Well, you are. You're your own employee, but you're an entrepreneur. So that time where you're learning stuff in marketing that you don't need, it's good for understanding, right? Oh, it was good to understand. Yeah. But as an entrepreneur, you just need stuff that you need. You need what you need to know. You'll come back later and learn that other ancillary things. Do you think Warren Buffett knows every minutia, that happens in his businesses? No. You think Bill Gates, when he was active in Microsoft, you think he knew everything? All the little pieces and minutia? No. That's what those who have degrees, they need to know all the intricacies of everything. He has the vision. He has the comprehensive understanding. He knows how the pieces work together, right? He knows the importance of the pieces. He knows how to make things happen. He knows how to get on the phone and call people and say, hey, who do you know? Hey, this is what I'm doing. Hey, what do you think? Hey, how's that sound? Hey, right? He knows how to do that. So those are the skill sets that we have to know how to do. We have to know we should stay on the phone, right? We have all these plans have unlimited minutes, but we have limited income. Something's wrong with that scenario, right? We should be on the phone talking. Who do you know? Facebook, Twitter, all these people. I mean, folks just out there exposed. Who do you know? Right? A business associate of mine, Mark Wingo, all right, been featured in Ford magazine, and connecting. I've never met him in person, all on the internet. Let me tell you how I met him. I saw an article about him in Black Enterprise, and I do this with Black Enterprise. I go through Black Enterprise, see interesting people, see interesting article, right? And I immediately get my cell phone out and go to Facebook and see if they have a Facebook page, and I friend them. That's how I met Mark Wingo, right? And we've been on the phone several times since then. So you have to have that kind of go-get-itness, right? Most people hide behind this technology, right? They're hiding behind it, right? They're whoever they want to be on Facebook. Should we flip or rent properties when we just started in real estate? You should wholesale properties. That's a form of flipping, but you don't fix it up and flip. You wholesale properties, right? Go to DarrellMuhammad.net, click on my picture, and you'll get some free training. Okay? So sales. You gotta love sales. All entrepreneurs who want to be successful have to love sales. Never down talk sales. The reason why black folks don't like sales because they ain't selling nothing. Right? They ain't selling nothing. So they ain't making no money. They ain't making no profit margins, right? They ain't making no spreads, they call it. Right? So we hate because it's a take for us. Somebody taking our money. Right? And then we're buying things that have no value, lose value. Right? You probably heard you drive a car off the parking lot, a brand new car, and it lose 20-30% just by you driving it off the lot. But we quick to buying bigger cars. I think this is a very big problem inside the black community, right? So a problem to an entrepreneur is a solution, is a business opportunity, is an opportunity to provide service to that community that's having the problem, right? So that's what we need to do, Nakia. Nakia, that's a business opportunity. That's why I tell myself all the time, the black community is wide open economically, just wide open. That's why everybody comes to it and gets rich. So when are you and I going to go to our own community and get rich? When are we going to do it? Right? When are we going to do it? Aaron has a daycare. Okay. Open up something else. Open up several daycares. Right? Start a franchise. Start a chain. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Unless you're getting paid for talking, right? You won't be able to pay no bills with all this right here. Okay? All this right here. Hashtag black dollars, hashtag black economy, hashtag black wealth. This live stream is here to help us understand that this thing is different than what we think it is bigger than what we think it is, right? And it's more than what we think it is. See, we're so busy running from our community, and all the wealth that we need is in the community. The replay messed up, and why is real estate important for? Well, brother Aaron, real estate is so old, as you heard me say before. It is so old, we just bypass it. Oh, that's that real estate thing. And we want to go to something sexy, the latest online. I want to do apps. You know, we get caught up in, they call it the shiny object syndrome, right? The shiny object syndrome. Eyes get big over the latest shiny object. And that's the job of marketing, right? To make the object shiny and eye-catching. But you have to be beyond the consumer mentality of eyes getting caught on the glitter. Real estate has been making more financially free, more wealthy, more rich, more billionaires than anything else, right? They fight wars over land and what's in the earth, right? So, I mean, it's the oldest thing. It's the most basic thing to survival is earth. Cows need an earth to walk on, right? The sheep that you eat need earth to walk on, right? The vegetable, I'm vegetarian. All right, well, vegetables grow on the earth, in dirt from the earth, soil from the earth, right? So you can't get away from the earth. You die, you're going into the ground. So it's the foremost basic thing to life is earth itself, right? So it's so old, and it's a necessity, right? You have to remember that when America were first established, the only people that can vote, right, can vote would be white male land owners. So white males who didn't own land couldn't even vote. White men who own land can vote. All right. So that's it. That's it. So everybody, if you have any desire to be financially free, the best thing to use is real estate. Not as a product to sell, not as a product to sell, but as a product to own. When I was a stockbroker, it kind of dawned on me, because I'm pretty analytical and very, very observant. I said, wow, we got some stockbrokers here in the office selling investments, but they don't invest. Right? How hypocritical is that? I'm going to sell you a mutual fund. I'm going to sell you the idea that you should be in the stock market. I don't believe in the stock market now. But then I don't have anything in the stock market, right? It's good for you, but it ain't good for me. And one of the things that I learned when I started going to those real estate seminars in the hotel back in the early 80s, they used to say, when you're working with a real estate agent and you're trying to, partner and work with one to find you real estate properties, this is what we were taught. Look for real estate agents who own rental properties. Those are the best ones to work with to help you find deals. Right? So once again, if a real estate agent is trying to find you rental property and they don't own rental property, it just means that they don't believe in it to the point to where they own it. When you believe something, what condition do you believe American economy is in? Bad. Real bad, Nakia. Real bad. As the old folks say, the SH has not hit the fan yet. It's real bad. It's real bad. It's real bad. The middle class is shrinking, right? Getting smaller because the economy is tightening. Inflation is going up. Cost of living is increasing. And the wages is not increasing. See, middle class people have jobs. So when the cost of living increases and your wages don't increase, your boss doesn't pay you more, then your lifestyle shrinks. So what we're having is, and like a lot of other countries, black people don't study other countries. We don't go to other countries. But if you start going to other countries or studying other countries, you know that the middle class, that phenomenon is an American phenomenon. That's unique to America. Other countries don't have and focus on middle class. You either have or you don't have, right? You either make a certain amount or you don't make a certain amount. There's not a middle class that they're trying to shoot to economically. They either got money and they can do this with it, or they don't have money and they can do that with it. See, so America is quickly becoming like other countries where it is no middle class. It's a myth, right? It's like magic. It's disappearing right before your eyes, right? So here as black folks, we always behind. We're always in catch-up mode, right? We're always in, I'm figuring it out. So we still shooting for middle class. And the middle class is getting smaller. You don't shoot for small spaces per se, generally speaking. You want to shoot for an opportunity that gives you the greatest chance of success. That's why, those of us who understand, they understand that they have to be rich not so much by choice anymore. They almost have to be rich by necessity. Right? We almost have to be rich by necessity. What are you going to do, Nakia? You're young. What are you going to do when there is no Social Security to pay you? Or they're paying you pennies. They're paying you pennies and you need dollars to survive. How are you going to make up the difference? You're already past your working age. You can't work anymore. Right? Walmart can't hire everybody. Right? So you're getting a nickel, but you need $1. So what are you going to do to make up that other 95 cents? It's too late. Right? So now we suffer. Right? What is the price value of rich now? The price value, I don't know what that means, Aaron. All right. So we almost have to do it out of necessity now. Right? What are you going to do when these insurance companies change their plan, if you still have a job that provides that, right? Change these plans to where now your deduction is bigger. So you get sick, right? Now you need more money, right? To start paying for your medical coverage before the insurance company kicks in. But then you can't afford the deduction, and now what are you going to do? How much money do you have to be rich? Well, it depends on how much you need. Depends on what kind of lifestyle you're trying to have, right? That's a wide open question. It depends, right? You plan on having an automobile that's no more than 5 years old, right? For the rest of your life? Well, you got to factor that in. You're going to have everything paid off by the time you're 20 years from now, by the time you're 40. You have to factor that in, right? That's what I did as a stockbroker. You have to look at a person's objective because there's no fixed answer, right? There's no fixed answer. What's the best way to invest in stock? I don't believe in stock, baseball man, right? I don't believe in stock. It's fixed. The deck is stacked against you. It's rigged. So I'm not the person to ask that question. All right. Sorry. All right. Any other questions? All right. Any other questions? No problem. All right. Any other questions, you guys? Any other questions? Ask your questions or hold your peace. All right. Any other questions? How do you manage your money? Watch it very carefully. Know where you're spending it. Know who you're spending it with. Make a conscious purchase decision for everything. Right? Don't nickel and dime your money away. Oh, that's only $2. Oh, that's only $1. Oh, that's only $5. Oh, that's only $10. Oh, that's only $20. Let me have 2 of those. Right? So you manage it by having a positive relationship with it. Right? You welcome it when it comes in, and you welcome it when it goes out. Right? So you manage it. You manage it. I mean, that's a wide open question, but you manage it different ways. What I would tell you to do, go to DarrellMuhammad.net, hit one of those blog posts, subscribe, because we go more in the detail, starting the business with business loans, only if you have to, Nakia. Only if you have to. Nothing wrong with business loans. But once again, you got to sell enough products, and the products have to have enough margin so you can pay off your business loan. All right. Without sales, you're dead in the water. Without sales, your days are counting. Right? Fewer and fewer, faster and faster. Because when you have it's a ticking time bomb when you borrow money. Right? It's time. 30 days, you got to make a payment. 30 days, you got to make a payment. 30 days, you got to make a payment. Okay? All right? So, investment. So, yeah, go there, subscribe. We're going to have live webinars that go more into detail because it's a systematic way to save. And how can you use your money to make money? And well, you got to invest. You got to sell something. All right. You got to sell something. Or you got to put it in a business that's selling something. You got to invest your dollars. You have to put it somewhere where it's designed to grow. All right. You have to put it somewhere where it's designed to grow. All right. So stocks, I don't like stocks. I just said that. What's the best way to erase debt? By accelerating the payments. Let me give you a little trick right here, Aaron, that I learned years ago, and it worked. My mother paid off her mortgage by using this system. She cut her time in thirds, right? In thirds. So instead of a 30-year loan, she paid it off in 10 years. All right, and we're going to go more into depth like this in these trainings that we're going to have if you're a subscriber, right? But let me just see if I can explain it to you. All loans or most loans are amortized, right? So each payment has two parts, principal amount and all loans, a principal amount and an interest amount for each payment, right? And at the beginning of the loan, most of your payment is interest, very little is principal. So here's what you do. You make a full payment that month, and then what you do the next month, you make the interest only payment. You only pay the interest. You got it? I'm sorry. You only pay the principal, all right? You pay the principal. So it's a small amount anyway. So you pay your regular payment, and then you pay next month's principal only. What that does is you pay those together, right? So what that does is that recalculates your amortization payment schedule. And what it does for that next payment that you're paying the principal only on, it wipes out that interest because you've accelerated the principal amount. So they don't have that next payment. That interest is not calculated on the next payment because you paid that in advance. And what my mother used to do, she used to pay several principal payments, future principal payments with her current payment, which means all that interest that's associated with those future principal payments is wiped out. Now it just jumps down to that next amortized monthly payment. That's powerful, brothers and sisters. That is powerful, right? When did when I did, well, so what? What difference does it make? Just get the amortization table and do it, continue to do it. All right? And there's more to it that I can't get into right now because if you don't do it a certain way, they won't pay the future principals. They'll pay it in the escrow account because you didn't specifically tell them what to do with that extra payment. So they don't know what to do, and they're not going to do what's in your best interest. They're going to do what's in their best interest, and they're going to put that in a escrow account, and then at the end of the year, they just apply it. But then you've lost several months, right, of knocking down that principal of that interest, right? Know it works. My mother did it. This is not what I heard. This is not what somebody told me. This is what I know that works. And imagine, brothers and sisters, if you did that. Just imagine if you did that with your car note. Just imagine if you did that with your student loan. See, that's the trick they don't want you to learn. See, these are success rules that you're not going to learn taking a class in school, honey. Right? You're not going to learn it because you don't need to know that for a job. Right? But you learn that from informal education, going to seminars, networking with people, learning, what's going on in your space of real estate or whatever business space you're in. Learning what the informal knowledge is in that space. That came by way of a friend of mine that was in the real estate investment space who I got to know. His dad sold that program that did that for you. His dad. Right? So that's 2-3 times removed. So the question is, the power of who? Who do you know? Being engaged, brothers, being involved. That's why this social media platform, whoever is most engaged, right? Who gives the most, who's engaged, who participates, right? Who deposits the most in giving, gets the most. right? The giver's creed is the one who outgives others in his space, in his industry, out earns others in his space or industry. So which question do you have? Because we're 45 minutes into this live stream. This is Everything Money question and answer Wednesdays. Tomorrow, Tactical Thursdays. Friday is Freedom Friday. Financial Freedom Friday. Any other questions? All right, watch it on the replay. Share it on the replay. Give hearts. Make sure you subscribe, brothers and sisters, because it just takes one idea. I learned this when I started going to those real estate seminars 30 years ago. I learned this and I latched onto it. Latch on to everything that benefits you. Right? Something negative doesn't benefit you, don't latch onto it. But if it benefits you, latch onto it and hold on to it. So I heard many, many years ago this saying. If you just get one idea, right? If you just get one takeaway, if you can just get one aha moment, then it's worth whatever you paid for, whatever time you spent, if you get one aha moment. So I go to these seminars. I go to everything. I read a book looking for that aha moment because you're chipping away, right? You're chipping away at the obstacle in front of you for a breakthrough. You're chipping away at it. You're chipping away at it. So you get a nugget, that's a chip. You chipped away at it. You get another nugget, you're chipping away at it, right? You're reading those index cards. You're disciplining yourself. You're feeling good about yourself because you're disciplined enough to do it over and over and over again, knowing that results will come even though you don't see results. See, that's how you get into, your self-worth. That's how you get into valuing yourself, making yourself worthy. That's how you do that, by doing something that has proven to be successful for others, believing it'll be successful for you, and doing it regardless of the results that you're not getting yet. Because you believe in yourself. Because you believe that I'm no different than those who've done it before me, and if they can do it, I can do it. And I might can do it faster. I might can do it better, but I have to believe in what I'm doing and I have to believe in myself. Doesn't matter what my condition looks like. I have to believe in me. This condition is temporary. This condition is from my actions of the past. And the only way my condition stays the same if my actions of the past remain the same today. That's why you have to do something different. You have to do the opposite of what you've done. You can't do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. We all heard that. That's the definition of insanity. People have to see you doing, not hear you doing, not call you on the phone. Yeah, man, I've just finished. And then after that, man, I did this and that. See, you selling. See, you selling. You're trying to sell them on the idea that you're about it. Not that you're not about it. You might be about it. But people need to see. People need to see. Seeing is believing. We need to see what you're talking about, not hear what you're talking about. All right? So any questions, brothers and sisters? If not, we'll wrap this up. Any questions that you have on today is Q&A. Everything money Q&A. Honey, I saw that you came back. Let's share, you guys. We got about another 5 minutes. Let's go and share, because your friend might have a question that you haven't asked. All right? All right? So, any questions? Let me let you guys think of a question. I'll be right back. Got something on the stove. I'll be right back. Think of a question, you guys. Be right back. Can't burn my house down. It's burning. All right, can't burn down my house. Okay, you guys, any questions? Hey, Living Chic over there, Meerkat. Good seeing you as always. My friend's house is going into foreclosure. Can I wholesale that property or only deal with this with distressed? Yeah, you can deal with in foreclosure. You have to see where it is in the process. Hopefully, you have enough time, right? So the first thing you have to do is find out where it is in the foreclosure process, and if you have time, then the homeowner needs to contact the mortgage company and tell them that they have a buyer, someone that wants to buy the property, right? And then see what the mortgage company says. A lot of times the mortgage company they only accept offers from real estate agents, all right, not investors. Okay, and then there's so much to it. That's why you got to start off with simple things like wholesaling, because now you get into, short sale possibilities. And I mean, you get into a lot of other things. And if you don't know the basics of wholesaling, then, you know what I'm saying? The more turns, right? The more turns in the road, the greater chances you have of crashing your car, right? If you can't make the turn, the sharp turns. Right? You misjudge the sharp turns. But to answer your question, that's what you need to do, all right? And it may be a possibility of a short sale there. There's a lot of different things. You can't know the person. Periscope put Twitter back on the map. All right? So you can't be a relative and all this other kind of stuff. But I've done quite a few deals, done a lot of short sale deals. I don't like them. They take too long, right? They take too long. Short sales typically take too long. Right? But it's worth it. I'm ready to buy the course, but I don't find the link to purchase on the site. I am in Houston. All right. Then you contact me via the website, and I will give you a special link, a special backlink. All right. Can you meet me? Sure. All right. I'm sure Houston is a good market. Well, a beautiful thing, Nakia, about distress and especially wholesaling properties, all markets are good market to wholesale properties, right? So Jackson, what you do is you go to DarrellMuhammad.net, hit contact me, put your information there, I'll reach out to you. All right. But I got to be honest with you. We're going to do 90% of our communication on the phone, initially on the phone. I've got out of the habit of just meeting with people, right? Just right out the gate. Just sure, I'll meet with you, boom, and go meet with you, right? Why? Because time is too valuable. Right? Time is too valuable just to meet a person that you don't know, right? That you have no clear value attached to that time, and you just give it freely, like, oh, I wasn't doing nothing, so yeah, we can just hang out, we can just meet and kick it. No. That's a rule to lose in the money game. That's the rule to lose in the money game. Those that are serious about winning the money game, They have their business meeting over lunch. They have the business meeting over dinner, right? So they combine activities. They combine their business with their social, right? That's why they go play golf with potential business partners. They don't separate it, right? Because that's an hour for golf with your buddy who's not going to do business with you. Then now you go meet with your business people. See, now that's two separate times. That's not that's not a winning rule to the money game. You combine the two. You combine the two, right? You combine the two. And you have to qualify for busy people's time because they're busy. In the free time that they have, they use it to recharge, right? They use it to relax. They use it to do nothing, right? They don't see, it's like this. Everybody's busy. Because we just fill up our time with stuff, right? We just fill up our time with stuff. It's like we do with money. We don't want the money, so we just find ways to spend it, right? We ain't saving none of it. We're not saving all we can save. We don't want it, so we find nickel, diamond here, nickel, diamond here, nickel, diamond here. How can black people begin to succeed? Oh, just hang around, Nakia. We're talking about it right now. We're talking about it right now. On a big scale, just think bigger. Just do small things on a bigger scale, right? Master the small, the mundane, right? What did Holton Bugg say? Holton Bugg say, successful people master the mundane. See, let's master the basics first, Nakia. You become you become a master in the basics, right? Then you build. See, we just won't jump to the big scale stuff, right? Right? We just won't jump to the big scale stuff. We don't have our personal finance together. We don't have our personal credit together. We don't budget our own money. But then we want to go into business where you need to budget. You're going to go into business where you're going to need credit lines and need to borrow money. I mean, how's that supposed to work, brothers and sisters? That don't even make sense. And as they say, right? If it don't make sense, it don't make dollars. It don't make sense. See, crawl before you walk. Walk before you run. We crawling. We hear about running. We see somebody running. We see other people running. We see how running goes. And now we pull ourselves up and try to break out into a mad dash. And we fall down and wonder why. Because you skipped over the walking process. That strengthens your legs, right? Give you mobility. Teach you about balance. Right? We go from training wheels to popping wheels. Right? How's that supposed to work? That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Is it not apparent in our community? That does not work. We have to have the discipline, brothers and sisters, to master ourselves, our personal finances in our household. That is the nut to crack. You crack that nut, then you're proving to yourself that you have the wherewithal to go out there and run a business. Because a business is a whole nother entity. It's a whole nother person. It's a whole nother being. Does that make sense? A whole nother being. If you can't handle and manage this being, if you can't put this entity under submission, under control, under a discipline, we playing games with ourselves. We're playing games with ourselves. It sounds good. We feel good. The way it sounds, right? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman. I got my own thing. See, I make this money on the side. To do what with it? To go out and buy things, right? Or to invest in yourself so you can learn how to be all you and I can be, which is what God's desire is, for you and I to be all that we can be. Right? How can you make money sleeping? How do you do that? Other people are doing it. People are doing it around the world. What was your first business model? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. First business model was probably like everybody else. Just had a good idea, motivation, and just went out there and did it. Right? I was always been in sales, so I already knew that you got to sell something. You got to sell something. So my business model is have something to sell. That was my first business model, is to have something to sell. And that's the foremost basic business model, right, honey? And all those entrepreneurs, is you got to have something to sell. Every business can have a sales organization. Even you, Aaron. Aaron, you have a daycare center. Don't you know you can have a sales team? If we understood sales and we really wanted, like Nakia's question, big scale it, you can have a sales team. Sales team. Just imagine how many daycares got a sales team? None. Because you don't need no sales team to have, to be in business. No, you don't. You don't need a sales team to have a successful daycare. No, you don't. But how much more successful would you be if you had a sales team? All they do, right, is go out and pass out flyers. All they do is deal with, bringing business in. Business development is called. So you don't need that for a little business this big. But as Nakia said, if you're trying to big scale it, what you do is you get more business than that one store can handle, that one place of business can handle, which forces you to open up a second place. Get diverse, be disciplined, invest dollars to make dollars, okay? So that's what we're talking about. All right, any other questions, brothers and sisters? We got about 3 more minutes. Any other questions? All right, let's fire them off because we got things to do. Okay, let me drink my... We just making all kind of mess today. We burning up spaghetti in the kitchen, and we spilling our juice we made. How much money a month should I set aside for business? Much as you can, Jackson. The goal is live off 70% of what you make. 80% of what you make, you live off of. 20% is for charity, 10% for charity, and 10% set aside. 80%. 70%, what do you want to leave us with as we go back to work? Take what you learn. Take what you learn. Watch this replay again. Write down your notes. Right? Write down your notes. Remember, be an A student, and a C leader. See, we're trying to be entrepreneurs, and we're not even C students. We're C students at best. Right? You should not let the teacher out prepare you, because this is stuff that the teacher already knows. Right? Okay? All right, Nikhil, that's what you need to do. Watch these replays. You only got 24 hours, right? Watch them and take notes. That's what you do all the time, right? If a teacher doesn't give you homework, an A student doesn't say, teacher, what's for homework? What should I study? You got the book. You got the whole book in your hand. All right? You got the whole book in your hand. Teacher don't have to tell you, do page such and such. Read the next chapter. An A student, if he has the material of information to learn, and the information he doesn't know at all, right? He's not competent in it all, then he already knows what to do. He already knows what to do. He don't have to ask the teacher what to do. He knows he needs to go back and study. He needs to go back and learn. He needs to go back and know it. Know it. So when the teacher asks a question, not based on homework, right? But based on the knowledge that's in the book that the student should know, you can answer the question. And then you stand out from the other students who waiting for the teacher to assign something, a homework. Oh man, the teacher didn't give no homework, man. Ooh, that's good. Weekend coming up. He didn't give no homework assignment. Oh man, that's good. I'm so glad. He didn't give no homework assignment. But an A student, it doesn't matter. He gives himself homework assignment. He gives himself something to do. That's an A student. You're an A student by your actions, not by your words. All right? Any other questions? Last question. One more question, and then we're going to leave, right? Tiffany. Where are you from, Tiffany? See, that's the difference between formal education and informal. We have to get into an informal education mind frame. Right? Which is self-imposed, which is self-disciplined, which is self-actualized, right? Which is self-motivated. Kansas City, Missouri, right? It's self. Hey, my cousin's running for school board, Natalie Lewis. Vote for her if you can. Natalie Lewis running for school board there in Kansas City. All right? Okay? So I think it's Kansas City, Missouri. All right? But anyway, so that's what we have to understand. See, we have to, our minds just have to be saturated with these success rules to win at the money game. Our minds that's all we got to think about. We have to come out of that mind to get in the consumer mind. We have to come out of that mind to get in the employee mind. See, you come out of that mind to go to work. But when you're at work, you're thinking about that. Then when you get off of work, you like you say, you leave your work you leave your problems at work. You don't bring your work home, right? So you leave work and you get back into that informal state of mind. To whereas all your thinking is like that. Even when you're at work. Not that you're thinking about something else. You're thinking about your work in an informal way. So you're studying stuff at your work to make you better. Oh, good. Thank you. You're welcome, Eugene. You're welcome. All right. You always can think through a problem. Always can think through a problem. That's another rule, success rule to win at the money game. Any and every problem can be solved. Right? If not, they would never have any cure for any diseases. Because they would have said, oh, polio? Oh, well. Oh, I guess folks would just have polio. No, they come up with a cure for disease, solve a problem. Right? Yes, sir. Keep pushing. All right. Got to. I mean, freedom is not free. Freedom is not easy. Ain't nobody passing out invitations on how to be free. That's something that you have to do, something you have to be determined, something that you have to be unyielding, right? That's what you have to do. That's for you to do. I cannot make you free. See, that's why this giving freedom stuff is a farce. If a person does not earn their own freedom, then they have no rights to it. Because freedom is not given by other men, right? It's given by God, and it's up to you and I to fight to keep it, right? In the environment when people are trying to take it. If there was no people trying to take it, you wouldn't have to fight to keep it. God give it to you. Everybody has it freely, and you'll be okay. But unfortunately, brothers and sisters, that's not the environment in which we live in. God gave it to you. Man, all right, men trying to take it from you, right? On purpose, intentionally, unintentionally, however you want to frame it, right? By not giving us the proper education that will add to the freedom that God gave every living creature. You think a lion wants to be in a cage? You think if you open up the cage, a lion won't eventually walk out, right, and never come back? Because God put freedom in every creature that he created because he's free. He's a free God. So, if we see that we're not free, the freedom that our soul desires, maybe your soul been killed. Maybe your soul don't want freedom. Maybe it's too hard. Right? But those of us who do, you're at the right place. Hashtag black dollars, hashtag black wealth, hashtag black economy. Share, 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 share. If you don't have any friends that like this kind of message, then the question has to be asked to you, then what kind of friends do you have and why are they your friend? Hello, somebody. Okay? We got to get this thing together, brothers and sisters. We've been here 460 years and we still on Front Street. We're still at the beginning. We're still trying to get started. We're still thinking about it. We still, about to get ready. We still, all this old preparation stuff. We always about to fit into. And those of us who's past that point, we not far past that point. It's about constant progression. Where would humanity be if it said, oh, we good? Right? Oh, we good with a box TV. Didn't have a TV at one time. Now we got a box TV. That's good. No, man, they come out with better TVs. Right? I can't wait till they come out with wireless cable TVs, right? So you just tune up your TV and it picks up your Wi-Fi. It picks up your cable signal and you watch it on your different TVs in your house. They probably already have that. I don't know. But my point is, if we stop growing, we accelerate the death process. If we stop growing, we accelerate the death process. You slow down the death process by growing. Medicine is growing to whereas what? Lifespan is getting longer. So they tell us lifespan is getting longer. You're living longer now. Why? Because medicine has constantly progressed to preserve and hold on to life so life can be extended. See, these are laws and principles, brothers, that says we either live by them or we die by them. And we've been dying by them because we refuse to accept them. Because we just want to do just enough to get by, just enough not to be homeless, just enough, so I'm good, just enough. But just enough is not good enough anymore. It's not good enough anymore, brothers and sisters. We have to. If we're going to survive, we have to expand. We have to grow, not for knowledge's sake, but knowledge for freedom's sake. What knowledge do I need to become free? What knowledge do I need for my family to become financially free? Not just financially free, right? You want to have free of expression in your family. Don't tell your children shut up because they children. You want them to have expression. Freedom to express themselves. If God said we're good, then we will only be like we too late. All right. So that's what you have to understand. That's what I have to understand. And we got to live it, walk it. So they'll see him say, I can tell by the way he's moving, by the way she's moving. He understands. He knows what's up. Right. He knows what time it is. He about that life. Right, brothers and sisters. So today is everything money, question and answer Wednesday. Tomorrow will be Tactical Thursday. So come ready, as you should come all the time, with your paper and pen and pad, right? Because we're talking about hashtag black dollars, hashtag black wealth, hashtag black economy. Hashtag black economy. Because brothers and sisters, now is the time, because this thing is bad. It is very bad. Right? Go to my website and buy gold. Right? Go to my website and buy real estate. Get the real estate course. All right? Let's get to the fundamentals. Let's recognize what is the basic things that we need to understand and master those things. Master reading, writing, and arithmetic. That's all you need to be financially free. You don't need a college degree to get a job. Right? But a job is not freedom. Right? It's not designed for freedom. Thank you, Aaron. It's not designed for freedom. It's not designed for that. Right? See, so don't get upset because the job's not designed for that. So brothers and sisters, may God bless you. All lives matter. Boy, I tell you the truth. I don't, my life matters first. My family life matters second. Then all lives matter. Right? So let's get this thing in order. Alex, go find you something to do, man. I don't know why people, they just come to these platforms that they know. They looking for stuff. They looking to, I don't know what they looking for. They looking to be contrary to the platform. Right? If the training door says cooking class, right? It says cooking class, but I'm going to come in and talk about mechanic work. What percentage of portfolio should be in gold, real estate, and cash? Well, it depends, brother. I can't tell you no fixed answer. There's no fixed answer. Get some of all of it, and you'll be going in the right direction. There's no magic number. Who knows what the magic number is? See, we're looking for these definitives, but when we're given definitive rules to follow, we just need to follow those definitive rules, right? Follow the definitive rules, and then what's not definitive, you'll be able to define for you and your family in your community. All right? That's how you do that. Right? See, we bypass the definitive rules to deal with these things I can't define for you. I don't know. When I was a stockbroker, we looked at your objectives, right? What are you trying to do? What you're trying to achieve? We put a dollar amount on that based on how much time is left. That determines what your portfolio should look like, how aggressive your portfolio should be. That's the answer, but it's not a dollar amount. It's a concept. It's a strategy that you have to go and figure out for yourself. But you need to have real estate, you need to have gold, and you need to have, what's that other thing? Cash. Right? So you build out a scenario, right? Why am I getting gold in the first place? Right? Why am I getting real estate in the first place? Why am I have cash in the first place? What am I going to do with this? If worse come to worse, how am I going to use it? If worse doesn't come to worse, how am I going to use it? See, so you go into the game like a football coach, right? What a strategy, right? What plays on it based on different scenarios. That's how you have to do your finances. That's how you have to do your finances. But for us as black people, we got to first understand the importance of gold, the importance of real estate, the importance of having some cash. Because cash is still king. See, so we're still on that basic fundamental understanding. Right? Until we have that, then the percentage doesn't matter. If you have no gold, if you have no real estate, and you have no cash because you spend it all at the end of the month, then the percentage doesn't matter. Let's lock down these fundamentals. Let's understand why it's important to have gold. So when the naysayers come, as they all do, because you always need naysayers, Meerkat, you always need naysayers, right? Naysayers supposed to fuel you and give you, see how I get fired up when these people come with all lives matter and why black dollars and stuff? See, I get crunk, right? Right? Because you got to always be ready. You just can't take a strong position and then when opposition comes, you bow down, you get scared. Got too many black folks that do that. We don't need no more black folks like that. Right? Go tell the Jews that all lives matter, Alex. Go tell them that all lives matter. Right? Go tell them. You won't tell them that. Right? Don't come here to a group of people that's trying to pull themselves up and try to dilute our efforts, dilute our resources, dilute our spirit, dilute our energy. See, freedom ain't free, brother. So nobody's going to give it to you. If you're not willing to fight for it, you won't get it. Right? You got to back your opposition up. You put your hand out, you back them up. But if they continue, after you put your hand out to stop, then you got to have something else for them. You got to have something else for them. That's what time it is. Right? So as my leader and teacher and guide said, Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, for 10, 10, 15 on the mall, if you're scared, stay home. This ain't no day and time for no scared people. Donald Trump is risking his life, L-I-F-E, every day when he challenged the powers to be like he's doing. He know he can get shot and killed. America is where they kill their leaders. So he knows what's at stake, but his eye is on freedom, is not on money. Because he's a billionaire. Well, he look like a fool. But it's about freedom of future generations. We got to be as smart as Donald Trump. So that being said, brothers and sisters, thanks so very much. Right? We'll see you tomorrow, Tactical Thursday. Aaron, thank you for being here. But this is not the place for you. All right? Go over there, that All Lives Matter group, and y'all, dilute your resources because you don't have no narrowness of focus. You trying to save everybody. And then everybody suffers because nobody gets all that they need. All right? So thanks so very much, brothers and sisters, for being here. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Dawkins. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, honey. Appreciate everybody that's won here today. And come on, let's get this thing done. Go to DarrellMuhammad.net. If you like this message, I approve this message. If you like this message and you're ready to get it on with whoever's ready to get it on with you, for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, people aren't saying all cancer lives matter. See, that lets you know they mind is they just out there. They drinking the Kool-Aid, hook, line, and sinker. Right? Poor fella. Poor Alex. He don't understand. Oh, well. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for being here. See you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, our black community deserve your very best. And when you see a naysayer show up, do like Beyonce says. Slay. All right. God bless you guys. Talk to you tomorrow. All right, Alex. Thank you. Thank you for being here. You added content to the message.